Evan Almighty, the $175 million comedy that changed Steve Carell's career. Welcome to Hollywood Insiders. Today, we're putting the spotlight on the 2007 blockbuster sequel, Evan Almighty, Main Body, from the massive $175 million budget to the incredible.
You see behind me, New York Noah's predictions came true.
The vote of the Land Act bill has been suspended pending an investigation of
Congressman. Overtly religious or Christian-driven, playing more like a modern-day biblical fable. TechityWizard.com, TechityWizard.com, Jasan, for scale and production. The budget, Bruce Almighty, was a massive hit on a $81 million budget. Evan Almighty famously became the most expensive comedy ever at the time, costing approximately $175 million primarily, due to the construction of a real ark and the use of hundreds of live animals, while Bruce Almighty was a massive financial triumph. Evan Almighty is famously regarded as one of Hollywood's biggest box office wipeouts. Box office breakdown. Feature Bruce Almighty 2003 Evan Almighty Ninsi. Production budget $81 million million record for a comedy. Opening weekend $68 million, $31.2 million. Domestic gross $242.80 million, $100.5 million. Worldwide gross $484.60 million, $174.4 million. Profit, loss status, massive hit. 6x its budget, significant bomb. Lost over Eat By Me. Why the sequel struggled. The Carrey factor. Analysts attribute much of the original's success to Jim Carrey's global star power, which Steve Carell, though a rising star at the time, couldn't yet match on his own. Production overruns. The massive cost of building a real-life ark and managing hundreds of live animals pushed the budget so high that it was nearly impossible to turn a profit. Marketing and tone. Total production and marketing costs reportedly reached down by whoosher million. The pivot to a PG-rated family film alienated some fans of the edgier PG to 13 original competition. Evan Almighty suffered in its second week when it lost its core family audience to the release of Disney Pixar's Ratatouille, while the total budget for Evan Almighty reached $175 million. A significant portion of that was dedicated to its centerpieces, the massive ark and the logistics of over 175 live animals. Here's how the Evan Almighty ark stacks up against some of the most expensive practical sets and props in movie history. Top 10 most expensive movie sets and major practical props. The ark itself cost millions, placing it among Hollywood's most ambitious physical builds. Movie key set practical build estimated set cost. Titanic Ijojotsi. The Big Ship 90%. Scale replica $40 million. Waterworld 1995 The Floating Atoll. 1,000-ton steel island $22 million. The Great Wall. 2016 The Great Wall. Massive Battle Fortress $20 million. Pirates of the Caribbean. At World's End 2007 Brethren's Court. Intricate Nautical Hall $16 million. Batman v Superman. Dawn of Justice 2016. The Batcave in Wayne Manor $15 million. Evan Almighty 2007 Noah's Ark to Biblical Dimensions tilde. Whoosher million est sing. The Dark Knight Rises 2012 The Batcave. With working waterfalls $3.5 million. The Matrix Reloaded. Harding Dingsan Eden Su Mile Freeway. Built just to be destroyed to $0.5 million. Hello, Dolly. Ijolozo, Shearseth Street, NYC recreated 1890s. New York to point to $5 million. War Games, Izo Bazan, Norid. Command Center full-scale replica, $1 million. Asterisk note, while exact standalone costs for the Ark vary, the total construction and animal logistics added over $35 million to the film's initial budget. Fast facts on the Evan Almighty Ark. Scale. The Ark was built in Virginia to the dimensions specified in the Bible. Roughly 450 feet long and 80 feet wide. Materials. It was constructed using sustainable wood to align with the film's green message, which was then donated to Habitat for Humanity after filming. The competition, interestingly, Evan Almighty cost $45 million, more to produce than the serious 2014 biblical epic Noah, which had a budget of $130 million. Building an ark is one thing. Filling it with animals without them, the production had to manage a literal zoo on set, which led to some of the most expensive and stressful days in comedy history. The logistics of a modern-day Noah. The rule: to prevent aggressive behavior, the trainers used pairs for many species. For example, they used the female elephants because males are significantly more unpredictable and dangerous on a crowded set. American Humane. Predator and prey, you can't just put lions next to zebras. The crew had to use invisible glass partitions and clever camera angles to make it look like the animals were standing together, when in reality they were strictly separated by species for safety. The bird problem in the scene where hundreds of birds land on Evan. The production used a mix of real birds and puppets. To get the real ones to stay, trainers used tiny magnets and food lures. But the sheer volume of bird droppings required the wardrobe department to have dozens of identical suits on standby. The giraffe challenge. Giraffes are notoriously skittish. To get them to walk onto the Ark, the crew had to build specialized, extra-wide ramps and ensure there were no overhead lights or hanging equipment that might spook them into a stampede. Behind-the-scenes trivia. Animal co-stars. There were over 177 different species used. According to director Tom Shadyac, the animals were often better behaved than the humans. Though the smell on the Virginia set was reportedly unforgettable. Safety first. The American Humane Association had multiple representatives on set at all times. They even monitored the insects, ensuring that the spiders and scorpions were handled with the same care as the larger mammals. Digital doubling, while they used as many real animals as possible. For the massive marching shots, they used a technique called tiling. They would film 10 to 15 real animals, then digitally clone them to look like hundreds, to avoid the logistical nightmare of a real-life stampede. Where are they now? Arding Awu update. Nearly 20 years after the Ark docked, the cast has gone on to dominate Hollywood and Broadway. Steve Carell, Evan Baxter. After a legendary run on The Office, Carell became an Oscar-nominated dramatic actor foxcatcher. In 2024, he made his highly anticipated Broadway debut in the title role of Uncle Vanya. Steve Carell, Wikipedia. Morgan Freeman God, still the voice of God for many. Freeman has continued his prolific career with roles in The Ritual Killer 2023 and remains one of the most respected figures in cinema. US Weekly. Lauren Graham, Joan Baxter. Following Parenthood and the Gilmore Girls revival, Graham starred in The Mighty Ducks, Game Changers Arding Aryi da Arding R, and was recently cast in the 2024 film Twinless. Lauren Graham, Wikipedia. John Goodman, Congressman Long. Goodman has been busy playing Don Connor on the Connors 2018-2025 and stars as a televangelist in the hit comedy The Righteous Gemstones. John Goodman, Wikipedia. Wanda Sykes Ritter. Sykes remains a powerhouse in stand-up and voice acting, frequently appearing in projects like The Upshaws and lending her voice to various animated hits. Wanda Sykes, Wikipedia. The Staffers. The film featured early roles for future comedy giants Jonah Hill and Ed Helms, both of whom became massive stars shortly after the film's release. IMDb.